Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Anubha Rohatgi and with me is Reshma Tiwari with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Jal Jeevan Mission is a movement to empower women and rural India with active participation from everyone. Launches Rashtriya Jal Jeevan Kosh and Jal Jeevan Mission mobile application. Prime Minister reiterates government's commitment to empower small farmers in every way, emphasizes need to make every youngster of the country self-reliant. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage crosses 90 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 97.86%. UIDAI makes operational 55 Aadhaar enrollment and update centers across the country. Nation pays homage to Father of the Nation Mahatma Gandhi and former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri on their birth anniversary. President Ram Nath Kovind says senior advocates should earmark time for pro bono services to weaker sections. Election Commission freezes Lok Janshakti Party poll symbol amid tussle between the Chirag Paswan and Pashupati Paras factions. In women's cricket, hosts Australia trail India by 234 runs on third day of the one-off test match at Queensland. And in IPL cricket, Delhi Capitals defeat Mumbai Indians by 4 wickets at Sharjah. Rajasthan Royals face Chennai Super Kings in Abu Dhabi. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is underway, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has described the Jal Jeevan Mission as a movement to empower women and rural India with Jan Bhagidari and active participation from everyone. Mr. Modi was interacting with Gram Panchayats and Pani Samitis across the country on Jal Jeevan Mission through video conferencing today.
मुझे खुशी है कि आज के दिन देश भर के लाखों गांवों के लोग ग्राम सभाओं के रूप में जल जीवन संवाद कर रहे हैं। ऐसे अभूतपूर्व और राष्ट्रव्यापी मिशन को इसी उत्साह और ऊर्जा से सफल बनाया जा सकता है। जल जीवन मिशन का विजन सिर्फ लोगों तक पानी पहुंचाने का ही नहीं है, ये विकेंद्रीकरण का भी एक बहुत बड़ा मूवमेंट है। ये विलेज ड्रिवन, विमेन ड्रिवन मूवमेंट है। इसका मुख्य आधार जन आंदोलन और जन भागीदारी है।
Mr. Modi said Gram Panchayats have been provided over 2,25,000 crore rupees, especially for water and cleanliness. He said clean water and water scarcity are global issues. He urged the people of India to realize the importance of clean water.
सरकार द्वारा विशेषकर जल और स्वच्छता के लिए 2.25 लाख करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा की राशि सीधे ग्राम पंचायतों को दी गई है। आज एक तरफ जहां ग्राम पंचायतों को ज्यादा से ज्यादा अधिकार दिए जा रहे हैं, दूसरी तरफ पारदर्शिता का भी पूरा ध्यान रखा जा रहा है।
The Prime Minister said 5 crore households have been connected with water connections since the launch of the Jal Jeevan Mission in 2019. On the occasion, the Prime Minister launched the Rashtriya Jal Jeevan Kosh. He also launched the Jal Jeevan Mission mobile application for improving awareness among stakeholders and for greater transparency and accountability of schemes.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reiterated that his government is committed to empowering small farmers in every way. He said the centre has been saying right from the first day that on whichever point there is a disagreement on the farm laws, it is ready to sit together and discuss those issues. In a wide-ranging interview with an English weekly magazine, Mr. Modi said many meetings have also been held in this regard, but no one has come up so far with a specific point of disagreement that they want to be changed. The Prime Minister questioned, in such a large country as India, whether it is possible to make a decision which is acceptable to 100% people. He said, although if a decision is not acceptable to even a small number of people, they are not wrong. They may have their own genuine concerns, but if the decision is in larger interest, then it is the responsibility of the government to implement such a decision. The Prime Minister said there are political parties which will grandiosely make promises before elections, even put them in their manifestos. Yet, when the time comes to deliver on the same promises, the same parties and people take a complete U-turn and worse, spread the most malicious kind of misinformation on the promises they themselves had made. Mr. Modi said, if one looks at those who are opposing the pro-farmer reforms today, one will see the real meaning of intellectual dishonesty and Rajneetik Dhokadhari. The Prime Minister said these were the same people who wrote letters to chief ministers asking them to do the exact same thing that the central government has done. Mr. Modi said that it is important that every youngster gets opportunity. He also said opportunities do not merely refer to assistance that keeps them dependent, but the support that makes them self-reliant to fulfill their aspirations with dignity. Procurement of paddy in Haryana and Punjab will start from tomorrow. Under Secretary in Ministry of Food and Public Distribution has written a letter to Punjab Additional Chief Secretary for Food and Civil Supplies and Principal Secretary Food and Civil Supplies of Haryana in this regard. The letter said paddy should be procured as per the fair average quality norms prescribed by Kharif marketing season 2021-22. India has crossed the landmark of 90 crore COVID vaccinations. Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia informed this in a tweet. A total of 24,354 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. Active cases account for less than 1% of total cases and is currently at 0.81%. India's active caseload stands at 2,73,889, which is lowest in 197 days. The recovery rate currently stands at 97.86%, which is the highest since March last year. Over 25,400 recoveries were recorded in the last 24 hours, increasing the total recoveries to over 3,30,68,000. A total of 57.19 crore tests have been conducted across the country so far.
In the program Spotlight, we are broadcasting a special series, Seva aur Samarpan, 20 Saal Sushasan Ke. Today, the theme is Imaginative Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. It showcases dawn of a new era of peace, progress and prosperity in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This special program can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:15 p.m. onwards. And raising awareness about coronavirus in the Corona Jagrukta series from 9:30 to 10 p.m., a senior doctor from a renowned hospital will be with us to answer the queries of listeners. These programs will also be available on our website, newsonair.gov.in, and on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. So keep listening to All India Radio News for the latest developments. The Unique Identification Authority of India, UIDAI, has opened 55 Aadhaar Seva Kendras as part of its plan to open 166 standalone Aadhaar enrollment and update centers in 122 cities across the country. These are in addition to about 52,000 Aadhaar enrollment centers run by banks, post offices and state governments. These Aadhaar Seva Kendras, which are open on all days of the week, have so far catered to over 70 lakh residents, including Divyang persons. These centers are operational from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They are closed only on public holidays. While Aadhaar enrollment is free, a nominal charge of 50 rupees is payable for demographic updates and 100 rupees for biometric updates with or without demographic updates. The Election Commission has freezed Lok Janshakti Party LJP poll symbol till the dispute between the Chirag Paswan and Pashupati Paras factions is resolved. In its order today, the Commission barred both factions from using the name of LJP or its symbol bungalow till the dispute between the rival groups is settled by the poll body. It said both the groups will be allotted different symbols and they may choose from the list of free symbols notified by the poll panel for the purposes of the current by-elections in 2 assembly constituencies in Bihar. The Commission said both the groups shall be known by such names as they may choose for their respective groups, including, if they so desire, linkage with the parent party, Lok Janshakti Party. In West Bengal, counting of votes for Bhawanipur Assembly by poll and Samserganj and Jangipur Assembly polls will be held tomorrow. All security measures have been made at Bhawanipur as per the instructions of the Election Commission to avert any untoward incident during counting. No more than 5 people will be allowed to gather within 100 meters of the counting center till the counting is over. 3 lead security measures are in place in all the 3 counting centers. In Odisha, counting of votes cast for the by-election to Pipli Assembly seat will also take place tomorrow.
The nation is paying homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, on his 152nd birth anniversary today. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tributes to Mahatma Gandhi on his birth anniversary. The Prime Minister visited Rajghat to pay tribute to Bapu this morning. An interfaith prayer meeting was held at Gandhi Smriti in New Delhi this evening on the occasion of birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid floral tributes to the memorial in Gandhi Smriti. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur said that by imbibing Bapu's ideas and values, people can make the India of his dreams. Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary is also observed as the International Day of Non-Violence. The nation is also remembering former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri on his birth anniversary today. Prime Minister Modi also visited Vijay Ghat, the memorial of Lal Bahadur Shastri in the national capital, to pay him floral tributes. You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Jal Jeevan Mission is a movement to empower women and rural India with active participation from everyone. Launches Rashtriya Jal Jeevan Kosh and Jal Jeevan Mission mobile application. Prime Minister reiterates government's commitment to empower small farmers in every way. Emphasizes need to make every youngster of this country self-reliant. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage crosses 90 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 97.86%. UIDAI makes operational 55 Aadhaar enrollment and update centers across the country. Nation pays homage to father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi and former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri on their birth anniversary. President Ramnath Kovind says senior advocates should earmark time for pro bono services to weaker sections. Election Commission freezes Lok Janshakti Party poll symbol amid tussle between the Chirag Paswan and Pashupati Paras factions. In women's cricket, hosts Australia trail India by 234 runs on third day of one-off test match in Queensland, and in IPL cricket, Delhi Capitals defeat Mumbai Indians by 4 wickets at Sharjah. Rajasthan Royals face Chennai Super Kings in Abu Dhabi. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे।
आजादी के आंदोलन के खजाने में ऐसे ढेरों शब्द जिन्होंने बदल दिए इतिहास, तारीख बदलने वाले लफ्जों पर आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष कार्यक्रम धरोहर हर सोमवार।
welcome back to the evening news. President Ramnath Kovind has said that the senior advocates in Supreme Court and High Courts should earmark a certain part of their time to provide pro bono services to people from the weaker sections. Launching the Pan-India Legal Awareness and Outreach Campaign of the National Legal Services Authority in New Delhi today, President Kovind said the structure of the legal services institutions provides support to the judicial architecture and strengthens it at the national, state, district and subdivisional levels. He said this support and strength are critical for serving the large number of vulnerable people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated the winners of the Healthcare Awards 21. In a tweet, Mr. Modi lauded the India Today group for its regular practice of honouring grassroots level change makers, be it in cleanliness or now healthcare, on 2nd October every year. He said through the COVID-19 global pandemic, extraordinary individuals and organizations rose to the occasion and strengthened the fight against the pandemic. Mr. Modi said Healthcare Awards 21 is a commendable effort by India Today to honour such outstanding efforts and highlight their work. Union Information and Broadcasting and Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur has said that every citizen has to ensure his or her role in making the cleanliness campaign more successful and vibrant across the country. Mr. Thakur, who is on a 2-day visit to his home district Hamirpur in Himachal Pradesh, urged people to take a pledge for a responsible society from today itself to get rid of plastic. More from our Shimla correspondent.
Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur inaugurated the medical checkup, blood donation camp and cleanliness drive at Sujanpur in Hamirpur district today. On the occasion of the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi and Lal Bahadur Shastri, he appealed to the people to take a pledge of cleanliness. He said that this is the right time when we have to change our habits. He further added that his ministry has resolved to remove 75 lakh kg plastic waste across the country with the help of volunteers. He said every village of Himachal can play a significant role in removing garbage from their villages. Earlier, he participated in a blood donation program and also felicitated the Safai Karamcharis of Sujanpur Tira and said that their contribution towards the society and the nation is highly commendable. Sanjeev Sundaryal, AIR News, Shimla.
Housing and Urban Affairs Minister Hardeep Singh Puri today felicitated Safai Mitra and frontline workers in New Delhi. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Puri said that Mahatma Gandhi gave utmost importance to cleanliness and called upon the citizens in 1916 itself to imbibe personal hygiene and ensure cleanliness of the surroundings. Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave a concrete shape to the vision of the Father of Nation and launched Swachh Bharat Mission 7 years ago. Mr. Puri said the mission has been hugely successful in not only creating physical infrastructure and facilities, but also generating large awareness among the people and making it a people's movement. The minister said that Safai Mitra and frontline workers have been working tirelessly to keep our neighborhoods clean, especially during the COVID times. Mr. Puri said over the next 2 days, about 15 lakh Safai Mitra and Swachhata warriors across the country will be felicitated by the urban local bodies.
Union Road Transport and Highway Minister Nitin Gadkari today inaugurated national highway projects totaling a length of 527 kilometers worth 4,075 crore rupees at Ahmednagar district in Maharashtra. The Bhumi Pujan and dedication of these projects to the nation was held in a program organized at Kergaon in Ahmednagar by the National Highways Authority of India, NHAI. The 527 kilometers road development projects in Ahmednagar district will be implemented through the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, National Highways Authority of India and Public Works Department, Government of Maharashtra. More in this report.
Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Gadkari threw light on the importance of converting sugar into ethanol. He said that ethanol production could save the country's fuel. He added that there is a need to run vehicles on electricity and ethanol on the lines of Brazil. Mr. Gadkari informed that the Government of India has allowed ethanol pumps. So all sugar mills in the state should start ethanol pumps in their area. He also said that the Government of India is ready to enter into an agreement of ethanol purchase for 5 years. The minister informed that the central government has given permission to produce ethanol not only from sugarcane but also from rice and other grains. Nivedita, AIR News, Mumbai.
As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. India's glorious fight for freedom is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the valiant struggle every day.
Mahatma Gandhi, an apostle of non-violence and preacher of truth, was born on 2nd of October 1869 in Gujarat. Gandhiji studied law at the University of Bombay for 1 year, then at the University College London, and was admitted to the Bar of England. He returned to Bombay and practiced law there for a year, then went to South Africa to work for an Indian firm in Natal. In 1906, Gandhiji, for the first time, organized a non-violent resistance against the Transvaal government's Registration Act. He was jailed on many occasions along with thousands of his supporters.
Back in India, Gandhi became active in the struggle for Indian independence. In 1918, Gandhiji opposed the increasing tax levied by the British during the devastating famine. He was arrested in Champaran in Bihar for organizing civil resistance.
He urged Indians to replace British goods with their own fabrics and goods.
On New Year's Eve, December the 31st, 1929, the Indian National Congress unfurled its flag of independence.
From March 12th to April 6th, 1930, Gandhiji made the famous Salt March to Dandi. The successful campaign led to the reaction of the British government and imprisonment of over 60,000 people for making or selling salt without a tax.
The British opened fire on the unarmed crowd and shot hundreds of demonstrators. Eventually, the British government, represented by Lord Irwin, signed the Gandhi-Irwin Pact in March 1931, agreeing to free all political prisoners.
Gandhiji campaigned to improve the lives of the so-called untouchables. His Quit India campaign led to mass arrests on an unprecedented scale of struggle. He was arrested in Bombay and was held for 2 years.
During his captivity, his wife, Kasturba, passed away, and his secretary, Mahadev Desai, also died.
India won independence in 1947, followed by partition of India. Gandhiji was pained by the clashes that happened after partition. On 30th of January 1948, Gandhiji was assassinated while on his way to a prayer meeting.
The ashes of Mahatma Gandhi were split in portions and sent to all states of India to be scattered in rivers.
Today marks the birth anniversary of another sterling personality of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri. Shastri was born on 2nd of October 1904 in Mughalsarai. He had his education in Uttar Pradesh. Inspired by the Mahatma's call for students to withdraw from government schools and join the non-cooperation movement, Shastri withdrew from school the next day, actively participating in picketing and anti-government demonstrations.
He was soon arrested and jailed, but was then let off as he was still a minor. Among the first students of the new institution, Kashi Vidyapeeth, a nationalist institution, Shastri graduated with a first-class degree in philosophy and ethics in 1925. He was given the title Shastri, meaning scholar.
He was imprisoned several times during the freedom struggle.
Following India's independence, Shastri ji became the Minister of Police and Transport in Uttar Pradesh. As the Transport Minister, he was the first to appoint women conductors.
Later, Shaftri ji was made Union Railways Minister in the first Cabinet of Republic India in 1952. He also served as the Minister of Commerce and Home Minister.
After the demise of Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri became the second Prime Minister of India. He promoted the White Revolution, a national campaign to increase the production and supply of milk, underlining the need to boost India's food production. Shastri also promoted the Green Revolution in India in 1965.
Shastri ji charged the entire nation with the same enthusiasm during the 1965 India-Pakistan war, just the way Gandhi had done during the national movement before independence.
While Gandhi's slogan was "Do or Die," Shastri proclaimed "Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan." Their philosophy was rooted in spirituality. They practiced what they preached.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar, AIR News ke Sang. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Home Minister Amit Shah today flagged off All India Car Rally of the National Security Guard, Sudarshan Bharat Parikrama, from the historic Red Fort in Delhi as part of the ongoing Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. During its 7,500-kilometer-long journey, the National Security Guard Car Rally will pass through important and historical places associated with the freedom movement and freedom fighters of the country. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has expressed anguish at the tragic death of 4 Navy personnel who were part of the Indian Navy mountaineering expedition to Mount Trishul. In a tweet, Mr. Singh said the nation has not only lost precious young lives, but also courageous soldiers in this tragedy. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, terrorists shot dead a civilian near Medina complex in Karan Nagar area of Srinagar city this evening. Police established the identity of the slain civilian as Majid Ahmad Gojri of Chattabal, Srinagar. Although the civilian, who had received grievous gunshot injuries, was immediately evacuated to the nearby hospital, he succumbed to the injuries. Meanwhile, police have registered a case in this regard under relevant sections of the law and cordoned off the area to nab the assailants.
In women's cricket, hosts Australia were trailing India by 234 runs on the third day of the first pink ball day and night one-off test match at the Carrara Oval in Queensland today. At stumps, they were 143 for the loss of 4 wickets. India declared their first innings at 377 runs for 8 wickets. Earlier, in a historic moment in women's cricket, Smriti Mandhana became first Indian woman to score a test 100 on Australian soil. In IPL cricket today, Chennai Super Kings were 117 for 3 in 15.1 overs against Rajasthan Royals at Abu Dhabi when reports last came in. Earlier, Rajasthan won the toss and chose to field. In another match today, Delhi Capitals defeated Mumbai Indians by 4 wickets at Sharjah.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with very light rain or thunder showers. Srinagar and Jammu will have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Jammu, Leh and Gilgit will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunder showers. And Muzaffarabad will have mostly sunny sky. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Jal Jeevan Mission is a movement to empower women and rural India with active participation from everyone. Launches Rashtriya Jal Jeevan Kosh and Jal Jeevan Mission mobile application. Prime Minister reiterates government's commitment to empower small farmers in every way, emphasizes need to make every youngster of the country self-reliant. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage crosses 90 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 97.86%. UIDAI makes operational 55 Aadhaar enrollment and update centers across the country. Nation pays homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri on their birth anniversary. President Ramnath Kovind says senior advocates should earmark time for pro bono services to weaker sections. Election Commission freezes Lok Janshakti Party poll symbol amid tussle between the Chirag Paswan and Pashupati Paras factions. In women's cricket, hosts Australia trailed India by 234 runs on the one-off test match at Queensland. And with this, we end the evening news. Good night.